Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. Here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about strength. Where is your strength? Where does your strength come from? And how do you maintain that strength and turn that strength into bravery? So thanks for being here and how that essentially impacts your level of productivity. So thanks for being here. Where are we at here? Yes. Today, again, this is your host, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of Animating Black and Brown Liberation, A Theory of American Literatures, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, board president of the great 501c3 nonprofit here in LA, The World Stage. Educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was violated at age 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. At the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool Mo Deep famously said, you like me now. If I can be this productive and be so through joy, so can many people who are watching this show. So thanks for being here. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to learn more about our business. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. All right, let's dive into the topic for today. We're talking about strength, um, how it relates to bravery and ultimately to being productive, having a heightened level of productivity. So, point one is that you want to know where your strength comes from, and that is not one particular place or approach that meets everyone's needs. So everyone has their own different way to uh, think about and accrue strength. But you want to be thinking about where does yours come from that you may work on that. So my strength comes from God, from Spirit, by accessing the God that is all around us. I call it God, but you can call it spirit or energy via various modalities: meditation, yoga, prayer, running, tapping into the inner, the primordial energy, right? And from that's just I'm just telling you as an example my own personal approach. So for me, everything begins there. When I'm now on top of my spiritual game, up in the morning, reading, meditating, praying, doing my show, as just a way of this show is my public service, right? This is my way of bringing these ideas into the public sphere to normalize them. I know at times folks feel a little uncomfortable talking about issues of the spirit, but want to bring these things to light because it's important to share the power therein. So you want to figure out where your strength comes from. You don't have to do things the way I do or other folks do, but you do want to think about where your strength comes from, and then be able to, which is point two, replicate in turn. We call it replicate, and then turn that into bravery, right? In my family, we talk a lot about family values, and our family values are justice. Our main ones are justice, uh, um, love, abundance, and being brave. We believe in being brave in my family. My two daughters, that's a major part of our conversation in our household. This is what we do. Um, in order to live that type of life, to be about love, to be about justice, to be about abundance, and to be about bravery. Those are not easy things to sustain, especially when people are around you who are not on that same track, are attacking you and trying to undermine you, which is what happens oftentimes when you are living at that heightened vibration, right? Living in excellence, mediocrity attacks you. People who aren't, for whatever reason, trying to live that heightened life. I'm not sure why this even happens, but they attack that, and at times attack us because of their own uh, pain or own insecurity or own fear, as opposed to just trying themselves to be at a heightened level. They attack those around them who are excellent. That's just my experience and what I've seen a lot, and not just in my own life, but just being around lots of super talented people and hearing their stories as well. And so you want to be able to turn that strength and use it and apply it to your own particular modes of living, especially strength. in bravery, which goes right to point three. In order to have a heightened level of abundance, which and for us, abundance means abundant health, abundant family relations, abundant kind of intimate relations with the partner or partners, however you roll. Um, Man, you have to, because those things are not easy. You know, as we know, being intimate involves lots of risk taking. Having a family involves lots of risk taking. Really going for having a non-traditional income base takes lots of risk taking. You have to really be on top of your game. And as you are on top of that, you are going to experience a heightened level of abundance. That's just my experience, which is why we have this business and why we have this show, because that's the reality that we see through our clients, through my own life, for sure. Anyway, that's it. Boom goes the dynamite. That's all for today's show. Thanks for being here, guys. We air each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thank you. Be on the lookout for our new podcast. We're gonna expand our platform to the podcast format. So look for that. It's coming soon. And yeah, thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.